Some estimates put Chicago's homeless population at nearly 70,000 people. Tent encampments have popped up throughout the city. At least one community is demanding the city shut them down.
In tonight's WGN Investigates, Lourdes Duarte sits down with the woman in charge of finding homes for the unhoused.
Well, just this week, a group of Northwest Side residents delivered a petition to Mayor Brandon Johnson demanding that he shut down an encampment where at least 24 people are taking shelter. While longtime residents want immediate results, the city is working on a strategy for the long term. On Chicago's Northwest Side, along Pulaski, with its trees and waterways, Gompers Park is considered a landmark.
Honestly, been my backyard growing up. I spent a lot of time there.
Lenny Morgan knows every step and turn.
Whether it be fishing or baseball, a short time of football, definitely in the wintertime, sledding, snowboarding.
But the place he grew up loving has changed.
One tent slowly just started, I think we're up to like 26 tents or something now.
This is where I live at the moment. We have 21 people here. I definitely cook twice a day, but not 3 meals that are available for everybody.
It all happened over the last 2 years. An entire community has emerged, people like Brian.
I lost my job and without savings. I have 3 college students in the Philippines, so this is just but a temporary. Hoping, wishing, and praying.
His story is one of many at the park.
I've been in and out of here, this location, about 2 years, varying degrees of fighting with my addiction.
Everyone taking it day by day, from sweeping to cooking.
There we go, beautiful. Look, this side, all the way corner.
It's an image seen around the country. In California, state agencies have recently started removing tents after a U.S. Supreme Court decision ruled that it was not unconstitutional for cities to ban encampments.
We're done. It's time to move with urgency at the local level to clean up these sites.
In my garage where I store extra stuff that I don't sleep with.
But in Chicago, the city is taking a different approach, trying to convince people to move out. The only time they're forced out is when safety or security are an issue. It's the reason the encampment along the Dan Ryan was cleared out in the days leading up to the Democratic National Convention. Gompers Park and other areas, the city is doing monthly cleanups, but the tents remain.
And now it's not just the tents and the environmental impact, it's a lot of drug use that we're experiencing. We have had to install 3 different cameras.
Stephanie Samuel shared those videos with WGN Investigates. In one, what appears to be drug use in a back alley near the camp. Other neighbors shared pictures of trash piling up outside the tents. And city data shows that reported crimes at Gompers have increased 33% through the first 8 months of this year compared to all of last year. Allegations include theft, aggravated assault with a handgun, and attempted criminal sexual abuse. So why do you think it's allowed to go on?
That's the $1 million question. I don't know why nothing's being done. And it's just a shame.
That $1 million question is being tackled by the city's chief homelessness officer, appointed to the position 6 months ago. She sat down with us to go over a strategy that she admits will take time. So do you feel optimistic that some of these parks will be cleared out in the next year or 2? Do you think it'll be 5? I mean...
Yes. Well, I'm optimistic that we will have a lot of different solutions to address the needs of our unhoused residents.
In the next year?
In the next year, in the next 2, 3, 4 years, we have this 5-year plan that we're working on.
That plan does not include arrests or force. Instead, so-called accelerated moving events, where a number of city agencies spend up to a month inside tent encampments, convincing residents to clear out by offering other housing options.
We are not in the business to arrest people who are unhoused. That is just not going to solve, the issue that people want to see solved.
But so far, nothing is solving the issue at Gompers or 7 miles away at Humboldt Park, where tents can be seen in every direction. The Puerto Rico project rolls in weekly to offer showers.
I see more tents pop up pretty often.
Are you feeling optimistic?
No.
She fears there is no end in sight, with the need for more affordable housing the only answer all sides of the issue agree on.
Extremely frustrated, worried, scared, very disappointed.
Better to have a tent in a place than to not know we're going to sleep tonight.
At Gompers Park, a nearby water source was recently shut off. Perhaps a sign that life may be changing for the people who call one of Chicago's largest parks home.
They will shut it down, no problem. So then we'll move elsewhere.
Where else do you move?
So many thousands of locations. Are you kidding me?
And the alderman in that ward put in a request for an accelerated moving event at Gompers. No date has been set for that yet. As far as creating more affordable housing, the city is counting on $650 million in funding from a bond ordinance to generate permanent supportive housing and rehabilitation services. They will also begin accepting applications from the public to be a part of a collaborative team that will give their advice on the city's homelessness issue. I'm Lourdes Duarte, WGN Investigates.